Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are still working on Act 1, Scene 1 of Edmund Ironside, and today we're going to get to hear from Edricus, who is one of the Danish people who is on Canutus's side. Canutus, remember, thinks that he has the better claim to be king, even though Edmund Ironside has sort of been named king by a lot of Britons. So Canutus has been hanging out with all of these Danes, and he's like, you know, oh, if only everybody could see how it makes more sense for me to be king. And everybody that he's with is like, hello, we do, and if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be where you are now. And he's like, I didn't mean you guys, I meant everybody else. So the Earl of Southampton is like, come on over to my castle and grace it. And he's like, all right, I will. So Southampton leaves. But before everybody else can leave to get to the Earl of Southampton's castle, some countrymen come in and they're like, we're looking for the king. And Canutus is like, that's me. How can I help? And the countrymen say, you know, we used to have Saxons as slaves when your dad was king, or when your dad was in charge of stuff. And now, for some unknown reason, these people who we treated as slaves, treated as our dogs, are rebelling and revolting and killing us. And we don't feel safe in our homes anymore, and we need your help. And Canutus is like, of course I'm going to help you. Like, don't worry. I got this. We got this. You guys are going to be good. Why don't you go inside and like relax for a minute and we'll figure this out. So the countrymen go inside, and Canutus turns back to the rest of the people that he's hanging out with. He's like, so do we attack Edmund Ironside now? Is that the play? And Uskatolf is like, you know, you might want to think about this, because however you act now, that's how you're going to be judged for a long time. And Edricus jumps on the end of that, saying, indeed, my countrymen are factious, and must be reined with a marking stole. Curb them, my lord, and bridle but their wills, and you shall find them mild and tractable. If that you use them as your father did, they dare not, nay, they will not look awry, but serve you as your slaves by conquest do. But if you lay the team upon their necks and let them have but any scope to run, why then be sure they'll gad as they were galled, and neither know themselves nor yet your grace. For lenity doth cause them to rebel, because they are ignorant of living well. So what he's saying here is, you need to rein in your people. You need to rein in the Danes around you and rule them sort of with an iron fist. Because if they are given any leeway to think for themselves and act for themselves, they're just going to run amok and cause all kinds of problems. So he's like, you need to, you know, pull the reins really tightly on them and keep a tight watch on them like your father did, and then they will recognize that you are king and they will do what you want them to do. Well, Uskatolf really doesn't like Edricus, and he's going to have a retort that we will hear in tomorrow's monologue. So I will see you then for that. Mwah.